Hello everyone, welcome to Scholar Lab. Are you ready to take your students on an exciting scientific journey? Today, we'll dive into two incredible features of our platform, the experiment section and assessments. The experiment section, where the students will get hands-on with real-world chemistry tests, and the assessment section in which clearly ties everything together. Let's explore how these tools will engage your students like never before. Let me open inorganic salt analysis simulation for you. Each simulation begins with the game plan. This outlines the overall objective of the simulation. Our main objective is to test the various salt analysis processes. Here we have the tiny robo which will give us the contextual help, which is a step-by-step instructions throughout the experiments. Once you have thorough with the experiments, you can tap on him to off the contextual help. Before getting into the concept, I would like to show you the 360-degree view of our chemistry lab. You can use your mouse cursor. By click, hold and drag, you can view that in different angles, or else you can click on this bottom right button to view that in 4 different angles. First up is the experiment section, where the students can become the real chemist, safely testing different components. We have included some fascinating and classical chemistry tests that students would usually perform in a lab. Here are the key experiments that your students will get to explore: brown ring test, lead acetate test, Nessler's reagent test, chromyl chloride, and finally lead ion test. Let's start with brown ring test. This is a classical method used to detect the nitrate ions in a solution. In this test, a solution of iron sulfate is added to the nitrate solution, followed by carefully adding the concentrated sulfuric acid along the sides of the test tube. If nitrates are present, a brown ring forms at the junction of the two liquids. Let's test it. I'm clicking on the spatula to add potassium nitrate salt to test tube A. Let me add a bit of water to mix it thoroughly. Potassium nitrate solution is ready now. Let us prepare ferrous sulfate solution as well. Once both the solutions are ready, it's time to add ferrous sulfate to potassium nitrate solution. Finally, it's time to add a hero, that is sulfuric acid, along the sides of the test tube. Can you see the brown ring is formed over here? That confirms the presence of nitrate ions. Why the brown rings are formed? It's because of the formation of ferrous complex from nitrogen oxides. The overall reactions of this experiment is given clearly on the board. Similarly, you can perform other experiments as well. Lead acetate test, Nessler's reagent test for ammonia, chromyl chloride lead ions test. Let me show you one more, that is chromyl chloride test for chlorides. I'm clicking on spatula to add the salt to the test tube. I'm adding potassium dichromate salt. Let me add concentrated sulfuric acid. It is creating a brown fumes because of formation of chromyl chloride. Let me heat that solution on a Bunsen burner by placing rubber cork and narrow tube. It's time to pass the brown fumes into sodium hydroxide solution. It turns sodium hydroxide to yellow solution. What if I am adding lead acetate to yellow solution? It is forming a yellow precipitate. It's because of lead chromate is formed. You can see the reactions clearly on the board. Encourage your students to immerse themselves in these experiments. The platform provides them with step-by-step guidance and vivid visual cues so they'll feel like they are in the real lab. Plus, no need to worry about the accidents. Everything here is completely safe. Now it's time to talk about assessments. Here's where the things are getting interesting. This is where the students connect the dots between the experiments they have just done and the knowledge they have gained. The assessments are really designed to be interactive and tied directly to the experiments. The assessment includes 6 questions. All are carefully crafted to make sure students really understand what they have just experienced. Guess what is the coolest part? Each question is linked to the experiment. If a student is unsure of the answer, they can click on the experiment part, which is marked as blue. That will take you through the experimental setup. Students can retest or review the results, which will helping them to better understand the concept before answering to the question. This isn't just testing, it is learning in action. Also, upon answering each question, it will give you the immediate response whether that is right or not. You can use the assessment feature as the way to gauge students' comprehension, the way that they can go back to the experiments and double check their understanding makes it a fantastic tool for reinforcing key concepts without the pressure of getting it right the first time. Finally, we have a game-changing feature in this simulation, that is our very own AA Guru. This isn't just any virtual assistant. It is the science-specific genius that will answer all your students' science-related questions. Whether they are confused about chemical reactions, need help with concepts from periodic table, are curious about anything in the field of science, the AA Guru has got their back. What are the common methods used in inorganic salt analysis? What is the test for lead acetate? If a student gets stuck, they can ask the AA Guru for a detailed explanation, just like asking a teacher for help in the class. It's like having a personal science tutor available 24/7. AA Guru is here to help with science-related topics only. So while it can explain what happens during the lead acetate test, don't expect this to know who is the biggest superstar in India. This feature keeps the focus on learning and cuts out distractions. You can encourage the students to rely on AA Guru for the clarifications or extra insights during the experiments. It's a great tool for self-guided learning, and it ensures that students do not get off topic by asking unrelated questions. Together, these features, the interactive experiments, the smart assessment questions, and the helpful AI Guru create an engaging and immersive learning experience for your students. They'll feel like scientists conducting experiments, testing their knowledge, and getting real time feedback. As a teachers, you'll have a tool set that brings science to life, making complex concepts more approachable and fun. Happy learning!